Hello, this is John Long with Clean Bread and Cheese Creek. Today is Saturday, July 2nd, and we're documenting the conditions of Bread and Cheese Creek in the North Point section, which we have scheduled our next cleanup for on September 24th. So we are starting a little bit closer inward, or I should say eastward, from behind the arc right now, and you can see right already we're seeing the bumper of a vehicle, bunch of debris along the sides. As it continue on, there's a couple fallen trees thanks to all the rain, so hopefully we're going to get these trees out of here before the volunteers come in. If not, then we'll need assistance from the volunteers as well. And anytime these trees fall, they act as a natural dam, as you can see here. And all the trash and debris winds up gathering on the other side. And what also happens is it causes the erosion to spread out as the water tries to seek a route around the fallen tree, and it also causes it to dig underneath of the tree, causing it to be very deep in this one section. So, as you can see, what we're going to do is we're going to need to find a path around this, like those of you who have seen my previous videos will see. Now you can see all these sticks and such that are around the sides of the jam up as well, is usually a result, is a result of the jam up as well. Now you get a little bit better of a bird's eye view of this jam up, and usually there's immense amounts of trash on these things. We found out before that when we start to take the trees apart, usually it's a good idea we have people with nets ready to catch all the trash before it starts to flow downstream. Now, we're going to continue on the other side of this tree in a second. As we get through, and you can see, I don't know how well you can see from there, you can see this is fairly deep in this one section, which is what usually happens. The erosion is causing these trees to fall. Last time we videoed and walked through this section, these trees were up. And you can see they're still green, but unfortunately, the stream is not designed to carry the amount of stormwater drainage that we have here in Dundalk. And unfortunately, with our antiquated stormwater laws, everything from Merritt Boulevard, North Point Road, and all the shopping centers drains directly into this creek, which also means that all the trash and all the toxins that are in the creek, I should say in the streets and in the parking lots, drain as well. So, and this all goes directly into Back River, and that in turn goes into the Chesapeake Bay. So if we had more modern stormwater, I should say if everyone wasn't grandfathered, or shouldn't say that, if a lot of businesses weren't grandfathered from meeting the current stormwater exemptions, then we wouldn't have this kind of erosion, and we also wouldn't have all these toxins going directly into Bread and Cheese Creek, Back River, and the Bay. So we're continuing on along. I'm sure you're seeing little pieces of trash and debris, carpet, lots of wood, wheel from a shopping cart, which means I'm sure there's a shopping cart underneath. Let's just count them for fun. That's one. So as we continue on, there's lots of metal debris. There always seems to be a lot of metal debris in this creek. I don't know why, but thank goodness for people like Cambridge who donate a metal dumpster to us. We're able to recycle that metal. So, and then we also get a small amount of money for the metal as well, which helps to go into our creek fund. We are coming around the bend now. See, this section, except for the fallen trees, is not horrible. There's another shopping cart. That's number 2. Excuse me. But it still needs attention. This section, we did a little bit with North Bay Adventure Club, but we kind of ran out of time on that. So it was a lot worse, as you'll see from the other videos and pictures before then. We're continuing on. We'll shortly come into the section that nobody's ever tackled yet before, which is the North Point section. yet to understand why people think it's acceptable to throw all their trash and debris into a creek. I mean, some people are under the misconception that it drains into some kind of a water treatment plant and all the trash gets removed before it goes into the bay, but that's a misconception. It doesn't happen that way. It all straight lines right into Back River and then the bay without any type of water clearing out. There's shopping cart number 3. It's amazing to me, there's shopping cart number 4. It's 90% buried. Some of these, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get out, but when we are given the use of equipment to borrow, like the Argos or the Mud Hog from depths, it allows us to pull them out really quickly for the most part, where what takes 5 minutes for us to pull out with one of those heavy-duty vehicles would normally take several men digging for an hour or more to get one cart out. So we're always extremely grateful whenever we get the use of one of those vehicles. There's been a lot of heavy rain this summer, and I think that's cleared out some of this trash, but I apologize if I'm moving a little quickly. It's got a fair amount of ground to cover. Now I'm not sure how much is actually going to be on this camera that it'll be able to take, and I want to make sure I get the whole thing. So I will definitely provide better detail with the photos as I come back through after shooting this video. Baltimore County offers a free dump. Free. Other counties have to pay, and we don't. All you have to simply do is take it to the dump. There's shopping cart number 5. So why would you throw it into the stream? There's number 6. And, you know, my grandfather once said, you know, even an animal smart enough to know you don't poop where you eat. But unfortunately, human beings, we seem to have problems with that. We throw stuff into our waterways, contaminating our drinking water. The trash flows down into the Chesapeake Bay. There's cart number 7. And that causes us to lose crabs, rockfish. Cart number 8, 90% buried. And contaminate the fish that are still alive, which is unfortunate because Chesapeake Bay is known for the treasure trove of seafood that comes to it, and we're destroying that. There's a tire. There's another fallen tree, which I'll have to document later on, and we're going to have to go through this one as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, patience while I crawl through the debris. Again, you can see how these trees make for little trash berms. And there we have shopping cart number 9. Now remember, I'm just going through a very small section of the stream as a whole. And we've already seen 9 shopping carts. I've made the joke before that if you were to note an indigenous species of Bread and Cheese Creek, it would have to be the shopping cart. There's shopping cart number 10. You know, it's easy enough to remedy too for the shopping centers. If they were to put the quarter locks on them or the magnetic locks that stop them from being taken, it'd solve a lot of this. There's shopping cart number 11. But they don't do that. These shopping carts cost between $200 to $300 a piece. There's shopping cart number 12. And I would think it would save them money. I mean, there are other, like Save-A-Lot has the magnetic locks on it. You know, kudos to them. But they don't want to be troubled. Even in the past, when we have pulled out brand new shopping carts that are just recently dumped, they don't want them back. And I don't understand that. There is shopping cart number 12. Okay. As we continue on, once again, I do apologize if I'm moving a little bit fast. Trying to get to the other side of North Point Road, behind the North Point Plaza Shopping Center, which is where I finished park. So, as I said, you'll be getting much more detail in the photographs that I'll be taking when I walk back through. Bread and Cheese Creek is a beautiful stream. I mean, you've seen the photos of the areas we've cleaned. I mean, why wouldn't you want to keep it that way? It's a beautiful natural resource. Shopping cart number 13. It's not only that, it's a historic treasure. I mean, during the War of 1812, this stream was camped on by both the British and the American forces. Rumor had it that Wells and McComas, the two young boys who killed General Ross, used this stream to spy out the British positions. And then when they saw him, they decided to take a chance and fire, which led to General Ross's death and demoralized the forces and pretty much helped bring a quick end to the War of 1812 in the Baltimore area. It should be a treasure to me, not a dumping ground. You know, nobody dumps their trash off top of the USS Arizona. No contractors back up and throw their debris on the fields of Gettysburg. Americans lost their lives in this stream and along this stream and in this area trying to defend our rights and our freedom. And they should be treated with that kind of respect. As you can see, there's a lot more trash here. And you can see the huge amount of trash that builds up along North Point Road. And we're going to climb up and around here. There's a Christmas tree you can see as well. North Point Road floods horribly, if you've seen any of my other videos, every time we get a sustained rain. You can see all this trash alongside the stream bank. Excuse me, I'm a little dry here. And the road has to be closed. That's not been repaired, and the residents around here have complained about that for years. And nothing has been done yet. Now we're going to continue on the other side of North Point Road. You can see this is a very busy road. Just from me standing here, you can hear it and see it. And it floods out very easily and often. There's also very little of a safe way to cross this road, as you just saw. And very little path for people to walk on. You can also see how badly the sides of this road are eroding. So, as we continue on to this side, we are coming behind North Point Shopping Center, which is where Walmart is located and North Point Flea Market. Again, start seeing the trash and debris. These are lots of little tributaries that run off the side as well. When we do cleanups, we take care of those as well as best of our ability. You know, we always appreciate our donors because we receive no funding, and all our volunteers, because without it we couldn't do any of this. I mean, our longest partner is definitely Gold's Gym. I mean, think about it this way, this business generates no trash of its own, and yet they help us every single cleanup. Shopping cart 14. And then we have Cambridge Iron and Metal, who loans us a recycling dumpster every time for metal, which helps out quite a bit. We of course have Depth, who helps us providing us with trash bags and dumpsters, as well as has loaned us tools in the past. We also have Back River, which sends out the Back River Restoration Committee, which sends out its guys to help us as well. And more recently, for the past several cleanups, we've had Got to Go donating us porta potties, which saves us as well. There's shopping cart number 15, I believe. I apologize if I lost count. Now I'm moving a little bit slowly because I can't tell how deep the water is. And unfortunately, last cleanup, my chest waders were destroyed. So I just have hip waders this time. Let's see another trash berm. Every single one of our partners, no matter how small of a contribution, helps and is great. And every single one of our volunteers. When volunteers show up for an hour, shopping cart number 16 under the water, you know how well you can see that. Or if they show up all day, we're very grateful for them because everything helps. Every single piece of trash that gets picked up is one piece of trash that somebody else didn't have to pick up. That's one piece of trash that doesn't flow into Back River. That's one piece of trash that does not destroy the Chesapeake Bay. There's shopping cart number 16 underneath of all this debris, and 17, there's two of them. That looks fairly deep, so I think I'm going to have to go up and around this to the other side. Another fallen tree that hopefully we'll be able to tackle.